Honestly, the real problem with fucking Superman, wouldn't it be that his nut would, like, tunnel through you? I would be terrified of fucking Superman. Can you fucking imagine?
I guarantee he blows a load like a shotgun right through her back.
Well, now you're treading into some difficult philosophical territory. You shush up, okay? There's nothing I enjoy more than participating in a little bit of good old-fashioned culture war discourse. So if you were on Twitter the other day, you probably saw some of this. DC Comics revealed that latest Superman character is bisexual. How cool. Now, I gotta say, I do hate the fact that this is the image they used, because there's something about Western superhero comics where they like to draw men's faces like these giant fucking steel-cut bricks with their mouths just being tiny little slits at the end. You know what I mean? I'm not a, this, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm looking at this, this looks like two cinder blocks scraping against each other gently, you know? This is nicer. This is so much nicer. Look at this. I like this one so much better. This is sensual, you know? This is real cute. Got some nice soft faces, you know? We still have the ridiculously chiseled jawline, but, you know, yeah, I'm just, you know, aesthetically, I like this. It's all good, you know? Anyway, you know, we bisexual now, based, very good. In its next comic book issue, due for release in November, John will be pictured in a same-sex relationship with his friend Jay Nakamura. The storyline is part of Superman, Son of Kal-El. Oh god, I get so embarrassed reading Cape shit. A series following John as he takes on the mantle of Superman from his father, Clark Kent. Okay, so this is Superman's son, I guess. I'm not going to keep up with the comics, okay? I'm not, yeah. DC Comics has made the announcement on National Coming Out Day, an annual LGBT Awareness Day starting in the US. Since the series was released in July, John is I don't care about any of this. Okay, gay. We get it? It's gay. Nice. Very nice. Cool and gay. John has been around since 2015. Thank you. I didn't know that. Not really relevant in this case because, I mean, even if it was a character invented just yesterday, I mean, look at them. They're so cute together. I don't know. Look at them. Again with the chiseled jawlines, man. Look, I'm not saying there aren't humans who don't have hugely chiseled jawlines. It's just like it's Western comic makers. They're like constitutionally incapable of you being bisexual didn't even cross my mind as an option. Why is that a caption underneath this image? Wait, did he say that? Is this just LGBT history? Did this guy say that? Okay, what I don't know. Okay, it's unrelated. I didn't know if they were ascribing a quote from the comic to like a random football dude or something. All right, okay. Anyway, normally when stuff like this happens, you know, people freak out, and I found one article: Superman gets woke, and this is how long it is, and also literally half of it is a quote from the New York Times. You know, so I actually haven't found that much discourse complaining about this. So in a way, that's good. You know, in a way, I like that because it means that the culture war steam engine is winding down a little bit when it comes to the, you know, woke comics. That's great. But on the other hand, I think there's a broader pattern here where people tend to complain about Western comics relative to manga. Wasn't there a YouTube video about that? It was I saw somebody link this to me. Yeah, here we go. Literature Devil. I went over this guy's video like ages and ages ago, and they got really mad at me. And, you know, they still do the thing with like the cool, edgy guy in like a suit being their like Rage Sona, which, you know, is a little out of fashion. But maybe one day it'll come back around and it's going to be like cool again, you know, like Vaporwave being that like retro 80s style. Maybe in like 2033, like people will be putting this in their like YouTube videos, and I don't know. Could be. Anyway, this is 30 minutes long and I haven't watched it. But I think I know the arguments in here, considering the fact that it's called Woke American Comics versus Manga. I have a feeling this is going to be about how Western comics don't care about quality and they only care about shoehorning in as many opportunities to coincide woke virtue signal points with like national holidays, whereas manga is actually cool and based. And I recognize that Jordan Peterson image. Yep. From the thumbnail. Very good. Yeah. Oh yeah, the quartering. What is that? What is the... Wait, what? I thought it... If only I... The quartering exposed is the first thing that comes up when I... Yeah, okay. Do we have the gay Superman? Let me see. Do we have the gay Superman? God damn, he puts out so many videos. Holy shit. 23 hours ago, 22 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 19 hours ago, 12 minutes ago. Gee, why would you release 6 videos all within a few hours? What the fuck? Well, I guess his channel's bigger than mine. I can't, I'm not in a position to, take him down. I don't see any gay Superman. Meet the men destroying woke nonsense. No, thank you. Oh, yeah, what about Geeks and Gamers? Of course, the fact that they haven't put out anything yet doesn't mean they aren't going to in the near future, right? Nope, last video was 4 days ago. Wow! Imagine if you put out this much content. Well, I'd like to think that my content's a little more entertaining than that, so, you know, it takes some time to... I have to really recharge my creative juices to put this out there. Yeah, that literature devil guy, I think he does, you know, engage in a lot of pretense. Let me see if I can't get the gists of the argument from that video. Let me see if I can, you know, feel it out a little bit, see what's going on. Just want to see how it's, you know, what's going on over here. I just want to know.
Comics are not for everyone.
What's with that silent opening?
And superhero comics are still for men. Don't at me.
Okay.
Diversity is strength has been a repeated mantra and a major point of contention during the era of woke Western media. The assertion...
Oh, God. It really is incredible how they have their own language, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, fuck me, dude. Like, right off the bat, immediately. Like, yep, well, I know what video this is going to be.
For the mainstream professionals who worship at this particular altar of this particular mindset, argue that stories are made better, not necessarily by well-written characters, but by the mere inclusion of characters of a particular race, gender, or sexual orientation.
Yeah, okay. There's nothing to watch here. If you begin your video with a straw man 36 seconds in, my impression of this guy from the first time was that he was not particularly bright. Oh! The last video that I went over with him was, he was calling, saying there were too many women Mary Sues or whatever. Yeah. Literally the same argument every time. Well, it's always that. You always have to straw man the opposition to make a good argument against them, right? The argument that they're... So there is a salient argument here, like, at its core. And it's this, okay? I do think Western comics do the virtue signaling bullshit way the fuck too often. There's nothing wrong with, like, gender and racial diversity at all. But instead, they do these little one-offs, and then they advertise the fuck out of them and coincide the advertisement with, like, relevant social holidays in an effort to try to maximize some kind of, like, outrage-based marketing strategy. You know what I mean? That's pretty goddamn weird. Not to mention, like, I've said this before, but if you really want to be progressive... Oh, God. Postmodern art is a plague on modern art. Do you think they know what postmodern art is? Oh, no. 12 rules for writing. Oh, God. I can't watch this. I can't watch this. No. We're gonna get down a fucking rabbit hole if we try watching that. Okay. Anyway. There is like an underlying valid argument. You know what I mean? I think that if you really want to have like a nice, diverse, progressive media space, you should work on introducing new characters that are diverse. You know what I mean? I think it's a bit of a cop-out when you're like, Black Superman. There's got to be a trans Superman, by the way. Don't you fucking wait. Yes, there is going to be a trans Superman. Just introduce new characters, because the problem is when you make an existing character who's like known as like a white cis guy or whatever, when you make an existing character like another race or gender, like if you do some transformation shit, they'll always be thought of as like a shadow or reflection of like the main type of their character. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean? Like, if you're like, okay, well now we have like Black Superman, it's like, okay, so it's Black Superman. You know what I mean? It's not a new Black superhero, it's Black Superman. And when anyone pictures Superman, they think of white Superman, because that's what he's been for like 100 years. Yeah, it feels derivative. Now, there are exceptions, okay? I think that if you commit to it hard enough, like for example, as far as I can tell, Miles Morales is a great, well-developed character who fucking slaps. He's in the games and in the movies too, so it's not like he's like it feels like he's built a lot of legitimacy. And as I understand it, it's like he's not like black Hispanic Superman or sorry, Superman, Spider-Man. It's that like the mantle was passed down to him and doesn't Peter Parker still exist in the new Spider-Man comics? Like Miles Morales is doing his Spider-Man thing, but Peter Parker is still, out there flossing or whatever. Yeah, and to me, I feel like this is a fine progression. As far as I could tell, this seemed like it was handled well. Now, I do know that back when Miles Morales was initially introduced, there was a lot of this, no more woke comic shit thrown out there, Oh, Peter Parker died in the first Miles comic, I think. Don't introduce comic canon to this, okay? My brain is mush. Do not. Don't even start with the comic canon, okay? It's okay. I do know the anti-woke types were like screaming when Miles Morales was introduced. So it is possible that a lot of characters who today we consider to be like woke derivatives 10 years from now won't be, Maybe Superman's son being bisexual or whatever or gay. Like right now it feels like a little like media bump, but 10 years from now, nobody will even think about it that way. It's kind of hard to know that stuff in hindsight, or not in hindsight, sorry. It's kind of hard to know that stuff like, here at this point in time, but yeah. Static Shock was pretty lit. I agree. Static Shock fucking rocked. Yeah. Yeah, the comics industry is allergic to creating brand new characters. But it's something to keep in mind, Adria Rising, I'm not saying there is any excuse to get mad at this whatsoever. However, we can simultaneously believe diversity is a good thing, and also that diversity is often introduced cynically and in ways more motivated by marketing strategy than by a genuine desire for diverse characters, if that makes any sense. There's a big difference, between a good and a bad implementation, and I think it's possible to be critical of some of the patterns we see rising, like time and time again. I know I can see in like retrospect which comic woke adoptions have been handled more favorably, right? Like when I think of two good examples, even though people complained at the time, Miles Morales and Miss Marvel, aren't those pretty like well respected now in retrospect, right? Like I think nowadays the complaints have died down, and at this point it seems like it's you know uh pretty well because Miss Marvel's like Muslim, right? It's a Captain Marvel now. Oh, well, congratulations on her promotion. I don't know. No, she's not. Miss Marvel's not Captain Marvel. No, wait, yeah, Captain Marvel's the other one. Idiots. Fucking hate you guys. Anyway, you get what I mean. Miss Marvel's still contentious for whatever reason. Well, people are always going to be mad at Muslims until we like do something with the latent Islamophobia in this country. So we'll see. Captain Marvel lore is a hellhole of legal issues. Let's not get into it. Let's not get into anything comic related. What if we just completely ignored everything out of comics forever from now on? The real problem with Western comics is that they're serialized into oblivion, okay? That's the real issue. Guys, think of your favorite manga characters. You're thinking of characters in a specific story written by usually one person who continues from start to finish and then ends that series. But with Superman, it's like, how many writers have written Superman? Hundreds of writers. It's like, oh, yeah, of course. It's such a pain in the ass. And it makes it so hard to make these characters interesting because we never fucking do anything new. We always have to stick to the same characters, the serialized canon that goes from now on to infinity. Isn't Superman like 80 years old or something? About 100, right? About 100 years old, I think. Thereabouts. Around that range. 1938. Okay, then about 80. There are also a lot of one-off stories where they don't need to worry about canon. Yeah, but it's always the same characters. Guys, there are a lot of Western superhero comics that I really like, and not just ones with one-off characters like The Watchmen, for example, okay? The Dark Knight Returns, Red Sun, there are really, really good ones out there. However, let's not lie to ourselves, okay? Western comics are creatively limited by the fact that they're always retreading the exact same characters over and over. There is literally a limit to how much blood you can get from a stone. And with characters that have been written and rewritten and rewritten for nearly a century, eventually, yeah. Like, can you imagine if as many writers had written, like, Sherlock Holmes stories? as people have written Superman stories. Like, eventually the media would become so inundated, and there have been tons, by the way, of Sherlock Holmes stories, but I don't think you're gonna get, like, anything as monstrously rehashed as how many writers have touched on Superman or whatever. That's already happened to Sherlock lol, compared to how many Superman stories there are. I don't know. 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 Yes? Okay. Yes, it's already happened to Sherlock. Sort of. No, I think it's different. With the Sherlock, it's more like every medium kind of has a take or two. But if you actually go back and look through like the history of full-on like Sherlock adaptations, I don't think you're going to see the same continuity as what's happening right now with like Superman comics. Anyway, arguing with Chad about this is going to give me a fucking migraine. So anyway, and I know legitimately that you guys who are talking about Sherlock being overdone compared to Superman know of possibly 3, maybe 4 Sherlock stories, okay? I know that you're just thinking of the H-bomb video right now, and you're thinking, well, I know there are adaptations of Sherlock, and I'm going to argue with you about it, and you have no fucking idea how many Superman stories there have been. You can just Google it. You will find lists longer than you can scroll through, okay? Anyway, with all that being said, creative limitations, blah, blah, manga is better than Western comics because they know how to actually fucking kill characters and stick with it. Okay, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Sorry. Anyway, what was this originally about? Oh, yeah. These two are cute. Also, this is literally bestiality. Superman is an alien. Those are my takes. That's my official take. That's why people should cancel. No, it's xenophilia. Well, I think xenophilia is just a subset of bestiality, right? Half human. Well, that just kicks the problem down the road, doesn't it? But he has a man dick, Vaush. Well, now you're treading into some difficult philosophical territory. You shush up, okay? Honestly, the real problem with fucking Superman, wouldn't it be that his nut would, like, tunnel through you? Like, if I would be terrified of fucking Superman. Can you fucking imagine?
Vaush bad. Vaush bad. Vaush bad.
The robot chicken joke? Yeah, but it's like, isn't it true? Like, the muscles in your dick make your nut shoot. He can control the pressure. Really? Is that canonically established? Can you find me a comic that confirms the fact that Superman can control his pelvic muscles to the extent that he can limit the speed with which he fires his nut? Time for research. All right, shut up, shut up, shut up. Stop. You guys are fucking stupid.